All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today on this beautiful, amazing Friday afternoon. If you're here live, it is Friday, July 12th, 2024. If you're watching this on the replay, I'm just letting you know this is going to be another one of those community news type of streams where, if you've been here for a little while and you know a little bit about the backstory, at least you're going to get some value here. But you'll probably get some value regardless, because when I share stories about other YouTubers and their piss poor, horrible behavior, everyone can learn a lesson or two or three or four or five, right? So regardless of when you're watching this, stick around. It's going to be a very interesting show. But before we get to the show, as always, first of all, let me make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me make sure all is well. Let me check out the back end of YouTube, and it looks like it's rolling well. And let me also make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. And it looks like it has. And let me also do a sound check. Watching this on the replay, I'm just letting you know this is going to be another one of those community news type of streams where, if you've been here for a little while, you know a little bit about the backstory, at least you're going to get some value here. All right, all is rolling smoothly. I'm going to start off by saying, first of all, I've been a little under the weather. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to last. I'm going to try to make it through the entire show here. There's probably about at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours worth of material I need to go over. And I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as possible. And if I jumble my words, please forgive me. I've just been a little bit under the weather. I've taken some, Dayquil and some Advil. I've gotten plenty of rest, and I've done everything I can. But we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, let's just get right to it. The topic of this show is Tiff is now playing the victim role. You started this. You can stop it. Here's how. One more time. Tiff is now playing the victim role. You started this. You can stop it. Here's how. Trolls will be banned on command. I got to start off by saying this YouTube experience over the last 6+ years that I've been doing it semi-full-time, or now I can just call it full-time because it's my main thing. A little extra money and stuff like that. I don't talk about those things because the people out here on YouTube want to look into what you're doing and, contact whatever companies you're associated with and try to ruin that. So I try to not overshare anymore. I share as much as I can, but regardless, this has been my main thing for a while now. And I've been doing it at least semi-full-time for the last 6+ years. And all right. We should be back live. I just want to give it a few seconds here to make sure the delay catches up. We should be back live. I do apologize for that, folks. I heard a big boom, and I wanted to make sure that Dawn and the dogs were okay. It ended up being a bottle rocket. People are still shooting off bottle rockets, like a week after the 4th of July. So it's just a big boom. And, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't anything else. And everyone is doing well. Give me just a second here. All right, it looks like all is well. Let me just make sure that everything sounds good. Give me just a second here. The delay catches up. We should be back live. I do apologize for that, folks. I heard a big boom, and I wanted to make sure that Dawn and the dogs were okay. All right, all is well. All is well. Let me make sure the chat is good. All right, there it is. The chat is good. TS says, yeah, Tiff is restreaming. I wish this would all stop. Yeah, I tuned in for a second to hear what she was saying. I'll address that here at the beginning. Hey, Queen Helen Casey, how are you doing? Okay, it's time to stop giving those idiots on the other side attention because that's what they want. Yeah, you're right about that, Queen. You're right. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, though, because, this really needs to stop. And there's a lot to talk about. I'm going to share my thoughts, and hopefully I'll get through to Tiffany and JB Gunner and other people that are involved, because this affects my livelihood. This affects my reputation. It affects my business. It affects my brand. And it doesn't matter what these people think about me or my qualifications or whatever. I have the right to run my business out here without these people doing what they're doing. And if they're going to do what they're going to do, then they're going to get it back from me. But I'm going to do it in respectful, professional, and mature ways like I always have. And they're only getting back what they're putting out. So, Tiff, I heard you say, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the hell do you think you are, Tiff? You do not own YouTube. You do not own Google. You do not own Alphabet Inc. You do not own the internet. You have no special privileges to control what everyone says or does. You are so damn entitled. You think that you own everyone and everything, and you don't. And you need to get off your high horse. The problem is people have enabled you all your life to be on this high horse, this high entitled horse. And you think you're entitled to all of this, and you're not. You think you have the right to run your mouth about people on the internet, including myself, without any repercussions? All I'm doing is defending myself against the stuff that you've done. And now you're trying to accuse me I'm doing things to you? No, I'm not. There are people coming in, sharing what they know about you. I've shared my opinions, and that's what you've done to me. Lucy says, hey, everyone, I'm here listening to painting as I listen. Oh, okay, wonderful. Welcome to the show, Lucy. Great to see you here. Tiffany, you showed pictures of my house. Would you like me to do that to you? Would you like me to show pictures of Jeff's house? I would not do that. You showed pictures of my house and criticized the condition of my house, which is really not as bad as you made it sound to be. And I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're going to say, hey, I'm a public figure, I'll show your house, whatever. If you're going to do that, then you know what? I'm going to talk about you. If you're going to come at me in that way, then I'm going to defend myself like I have been, and I have every right to. The military owns the internet by researching. Okay. Well, thank you for your thoughts on that, Queen. Okay. I thought it was the government, but I guess same thing. Government, military, same thing, right? The military is a government agency, right? It's not fair for you to be able to come out here, Tiff, and run your mouth about everyone and then try to silence everyone by playing the role of the victim when we respond to you and share our thoughts about you and your livelihood and your lifestyle. So the easiest way to stop this, Tiff, is for you to stop. If you stop, we'll stop. I really don't want to be wasting my time with you and this. But the thing is, you're playing people. You're still, right now, the stream you're doing is fake instigated drama. The bottom line, Tiff, is this is all fake instigated drama because you don't give a damn about anyone besides yourself. You only care about yourself and what you can make out of yourself out here on YouTube. And now you're thinking that getting into bed, figuratively speaking, because I know you're not sleeping with JB Gunner, literally, And if you ever do, that'll be the biggest shame of your entire life. I'm going to be real with you on that. Okay? But you're, figuratively speaking, in bed with JB Gunner, and you think that is going to fix all your issues. You think that's going to gain you traction, relevancy, money, fame, whatever. That is the biggest demise you're ever going to have, because the guy is using you. And he's trying to pretend like he's not for the time being. But when you're no longer of use to him, he's going to dispose you in the same ways that you dispose people when they're no longer of use to you. Which we shouldn't look at people like that anyway, but that's how you treat people. You use people, Tiff, until you have no further use for them, then you dispose them. JB Gunner's the same way. So in essence, you and JB Gunner are two peas in the fucking pod. Tia says, hi, Lucy. Have fun painting. You started this. Initially, you pretended to be my friend. Light trolling, soft trolling, fine, no big deal. But then you tried to get me involved with JB Gunner. I told you no many times. I told you no several times. I'm not interested. I told you 5 times. And then you set up a stream for me to come on, saying you're going to expose Silicone J.O., the supposed sponsor that is now paying you and JB, right? You were never going to expose them. That was just your reason to get me on there to ambush me with JB Gunner, to try to get me to do the King of the Cuck show version 2, which I already told you 5 times before that show I'm not interested, and you kept on pushing it. Fine, I let that go, right? But now, at that point, you were in bed with Silicone J.O. and JB Gunner. Silicone J.O. is paying you both, so you got to do what he says, right? And then you're thinking that, okay, JB Gunner knows what he's doing. He's been doing YouTube for a while. Him and I have similar views and similar outlooks on life, and you both do. And it's pretty sad because your views suck. Your views suck. And I'm going to talk about you as well, JB, because I saw that video you put out. And honestly, all you said in that video, JB, is that you don't give a shit about anyone besides yourself. You don't care about anyone's past. You don't care about what people have done or people do. Then what the fuck do you care about, JB? What do you care about? You care about lighting your pocketbook. That's all you care about. That's all you were saying in that video. In other words, in a roundabout way, you're saying that you don't care about what people have done. You don't care about anything, besides the right now, right? But back to you, Tiff, because when I'm done with my overview here, then I'm going to not show the screenshots, but I'm going to read comments from all over YouTube that's been responding to this. And you don't like those comments, Tiff, because they're real and they're true. And quite frankly, I don't want to be responding to you or doing this, but I feel the need to defend myself. So until you stop, I have to defend myself, and I will. I will defend myself, my honor, and Don's honor, and our business, and everything we've worked for. And I don't care what you say. It's all within the terms of service. I don't violate the terms of service at all, ever. I don't. You can cry and whine all you want. Everything I've done has been above board. You just don't like it because you never thought somebody would challenge you on your BS as much as I have. Now, give me one more second. I want to make sure that this is still rolling pretty well here. But back to you, Tiff. Because when I'm done with my overview here, then I'm going to not show the screenshots, but All right, we're good. So after you try to ambush me with JB Gunner, you then started to talk about me every day. You weren't showing video, but you were playing audio portions of my streams pretty regularly. And I let that go initially. And then you kept on doing it. You kept on poking the bear. You kept on talking about myself and Dawn. You kept on saying that, that I'm not taking care of Dawn in the right ways. You're coming at me. You're coming at my life, which, quite frankly, Dawn and I had made very public, and we're open about it. But you're sitting here, you're talking about my life, my girlfriend's life. You're talking about my family. You're talking about my house. You're talking about my bills. You're talking about every aspect of my life, and you're pissed off that I'm doing the same thing to you, which is totally above board. I'm not putting any private stuff out there. I'm just sharing my thoughts about it. So in essence, you're a fucking hypocrite, and you're whining and complaining because I'm doing the same thing and standing up for myself that you're doing to me. I'm doing the same thing in response to you that you're doing to me, but I'm doing it in a more mature way. And I'm trying to tell you at the same time that all you have to do is stop and this all goes away. But you don't want it to go away. This is drama for you. This is fake instigated drama. This is fake instigated drama for clicks, views, for payment from Silicone JO, for donations from your audience, and for whatever you're trying to build along with JB, which is not going to go your way. I'm telling you that right now. JB is going to screw you over. And if you don't already know that and realize that, you got a big wake-up call coming. And the moment JB screws you over, I'll be going live. I'm sure Jamie will be going live. I'm sure the whole community that surrounds you out here on YouTube, whether people like you or not, will be going live and we'll be laughing in your face. Are you mad because for the first time in over 10 years that you've been doing this garbage, someone has the balls and tenacity and energy to call you out directly in a respectful and professional way? Is that what makes you mad? Did you think I was just going to go away and let you run with this and destroy my business and my reputation and my family and all that? Hell no. Hell no. Give me 1 second here, please. I mean, you show pictures of my house. You say that I'm not taking care of Dawn. You're basically trashing my reputation in my relationship. And quite frankly, you're entitled to your opinion. You have the right to state your opinion. I'm a public figure. I talk about my relationship, right? But if you're going to talk about me, that opens you wide open to criticism too. And that includes your man, Jeff, regardless of your relationship. No matter what you say, the moment that you open your mouth and criticize someone, you're subject to the same criticism and you're getting it back from me. And you're going to keep getting it. And that's well within the terms of service. And that's well above board, right? And your little Karens over there that are thinking, oh, Jeff is going to sue you. He should sue you. Jeff should kick your ass out. That's what he should do, in my opinion, which I'm entitled to share. But what's Jeff going to sue me for? I'm not doing anything to any of you. I'm just responding to what you're doing, right? We go to court and I'll say, Your Honor, look what this woman's done. She's shown pictures of my house. She's trashed myself and my girlfriend. It's an opinion on YouTube. It's YouTube. And all I'm doing is responding to her to protect my integrity. So I don't know why we're even here, Your Honor. That's all I would say. I wouldn't even get a lawyer. I'd represent myself. You guys are the most ridiculous group of people I've ever come across in my entire life. Ridiculous. Desperately seeking relevancy and attention, right? Because you're not getting it in the real world or the way that normal people get it, or the way that normally people get it, which is what I'm trying to say. That's what it all boils down to. She is very triggered by the truth. Of course she is. Who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be triggered by the truth? But why lie in the first place? Why not just be raw and real? Why are you going to live a lie on the internet just to make money? I can't stand people that pretend to be something they're not on the internet to make money or for relevance to your attention. Why not just be the real you, right? And if you're going to lie and be something you're not, then keep my name out of your mouth, keep my family's name out of your mouth, keep my content out of your channel, keep me out of it and do whatever the hell you want. But if you're going to involve me, then I'm going to talk. Rightfully so. You're not going to silence me, Tiff. But if you want this to stop, you have to stop. You started it. You got to stop it. I've got way better things to do than address you almost every day. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And here's the thing. You've got no content besides restreaming me now. I am your content. I own you, Tiff. I own you. And you can't stand the fact that you're stuck creating content on me because Silicone J.O. is forcing you to do that. That means you're stuck creating content on me. So what does that say? I own you. So does Don. We own you. You're owned because you can't do anything else. You got to do this because that's the only way that you have some relevancy and you're getting paid, right? And you know I'm right. You'll never admit it because it would make you look worse than you already do, but that's the truth of the matter. You're restreaming me now. You don't have to be restreaming me. You're doing it because you're forced to do it, right? Because you have no other content. You're not a real creator. You're not. You could be a real creator if you wanted to be, but you're not being a real creator. You're a content thief. You're a bully. You're a cyber bully. And I stand up to cyber bullies. I am tired of people coming out here on YouTube and trying to bully people off this platform. You guys have tried to do it to me and it hasn't worked. You guys have tried to do it to other people and you've been successful at some, but from this point on, I'm not letting anyone ever be bullied off this platform ever again. So help me God. No one will ever be bullied off of YouTube because of people that do what you do and JB Gunner does. Because that's your content. Because that's, all you guys can do to make money and be relevant, right? Or that's what you're getting paid for by some whacked out sponsor that, has nothing better to do than spend the money he's made to pay you folks to create this dumb content. Because he gets off on it because his life probably sucks too. Who in their right mind, first of all, would pay someone to make content like this, let alone who in their right mind would create content like this? Only messed up people, miserable people that lack self-love, that lack self-respect. The same old song and dance I've been saying for years. You lack self-love, self-respect. Okay? You don't like who you are. You have no faith in yourself. You feel that anything else you do would fail. So you go and do the one thing that you know you'll get immediate attention on. Right? The drama BS stuff, right? But again, like I've been saying, what's even more sad? Is the only reason why you're able to do this is because you have an audience of Karens that are just like you, that are leading you to believe that what you're doing is okay, and leading you to believe that you're a normal person. You're not normal. This is not normal behavior. I don't care what you say. It is not normal behavior. This is seriously mentally sick behavior. In my opinion, it is. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. It's my opinion. This is mentally ill behavior. At the very least, it's sociopathic and possibly even psychopathic. Tip, you dealing with JB Gunner, you're dealing with one of the biggest sociopaths on the planet. And maybe you're dealing with this behavior is not good behavior. This is just not normal behavior. It's not. You're a 43-year-old grown woman. And I'll tell you this, I know 12-year-olds that are more mature than you, Tiff, and you're 43 years old. 43 years old. Is this the only way that you feel you can be relevant? Now, you told me you used to be a marketer. You used to run events, run booths, stuff like that. You used to do marketing for people, right? Is this collaboration per se, however you want to call it, with JB Gunner, is this collaboration a way for you to try to get back into that aspect? Because if that's the case, you're going about it the wrong way and with the wrong person that doesn't even give a damn about who you are. He doesn't care about your backstory. He doesn't care about anything besides leveraging your audience of Karens, and hopefully, he gets donations from them. That's all he cares about. He sees value in your audience. And you've got a pretty decent sized audience, right? But your audience is really messed up. Your audience is really messed up too. And JB's coming in saying, in other words, I don't care about what they've done. Of course you don't. As long as they open up their pocketbook and give you money, that's all you care about, right? You've always said this, JB Gunner, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. Has that changed? Because if that hasn't changed, then it proves that all you're doing is using Tiff for her audience and, for more traction and potential future donations. That's all it boils down to. That's it. Bottom line, end of story. Nothing less, nothing more, right? Nothing less, nothing more. You have to restream me because, if you don't restream me, all the people watching you will be watching me. They want to watch me, not you. I'm the draw. You're not the draw. The reason why you and Gunner are coming at me, and I say it with humility. I'm a humble person, but the truth's the truth. I'm the draw. I'm the draw, and you're all trying to leverage me, and I'm done being leveraged. Because again, if you didn't restream me, I'd have 80 to 100 people here right now. And you just can't stand the fact that that is true. But I don't care that you're restreaming me. I know where they would be if you weren't restreaming. I know they would be here whether they love me or hate me, right? You're always going to have people that love you and hate you, right? But here's the thing. I've got people that love me and hate me, and they all want to watch me. And they really don't want to watch you or JB Gunner. They only watch you guys when you guys come at me. That's it. That's all. That's all they watch you for. Again, if you weren't restreaming, they'd be here watching me right now. Love me or hate me, right? And that drives you crazy, right? That drives you crazy. It does. It drives everyone crazy. Everyone's restreamed me because they know their audience would be here if they didn't, right? And again, even though those people will never donate to me and they're not true supporters, they would still be watching. And let me tell you this, if I can leverage 1 million haters on YouTube that watch my videos, you know how much ad revenue I'd make? Yeah, it would add up at that point. It would. That's what you're mad at. That's exactly what you're mad at. Because Don and I are going to run away with this. And you guys are trying to stop that. And you guys are trying to take from us, right? You guys are trying to take from us. But it's not going to happen. We're still going to run away with it. We're still going to run away with it, and we're going to leave you all in the dust. Slowly but surely, we're going to keep moving forward. Speaking of which, on top of the GLM show, did I mention the GLM show? I'm going to be going live with GLM on her channel tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be talking about YouTube etiquette. She wants to talk about primarily, should we be allowed to talk about kids on YouTube, other people's kids? I'll get to that. I'll get more into that in just a little bit because that's what Tiff is pissed off about. And here's the thing. There's a right and a wrong way to talk about anything and everything. That's my response for now. I'll get more into detail on it later on in this show and also more on the show with GLM tomorrow because I understand where you ladies are coming from, right? But here's the thing. I'll say this for now. If someone is a bad mother, if someone does something wrong to harm a child, right? Or, if we know that, a child's not talking to a mother for whatever reason, if we know about that, what's wrong mentioning that? That's just mentioning the truth, right? Don's daughter's not talking with her, hasn't been talking with her for a while. So we mentioned it. And we're trying to fix that, right? What's wrong with that? You folks think that, breathing air is wrong. Now, again, there's a right and a wrong way to talk about anything, including kids. For the most part, I don't feel kids should be discussed. But when it plays into the context of the mother's or father's behavior, I think it's fair game. Because if you have a man or a woman that's behaving erratically and they're a father or mother to young children, that's a problem to me. That's a serious problem. And the reason why these women don't want it put out there is because they don't want to be exposed as a bad mother or a bad father if it's a man, right? So how about take proactive measures and be a good mother and father so you never have to be called out on that. The people that get triggered are the people that have made mistakes parenting and the public found out about it and they got exposed and they don't like being exposed as a bad parent or the bad parent they once were, right? That's the problem. Queen Helen Casey, she needs to put a lot of apps in for jobs, says Queen. Queen furthermore says, I know somebody like that. She is on X and I don't even follow her. Yeah, it's not worth it. But she's on YouTube and it's affecting my business and my brand. She's talking about me every day. And she's collaborating with one of my worst enemies, JB Gunner, to get to me because they're both getting paid by this newer sponsor, Silicone JO. So that's why, that's all I care about. All I care about is the fact that they're getting paid to trash my name, my girlfriend, and my business and my brand. And I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not. And I will keep on defending myself and Don's honor and our business and brand until they both stop. That's the bottom line. Child safety is everyone's business. You're right. If a child is in danger, if a parent is a bad parent, male or female, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is. Any type of wrong or horrible behavior, in my opinion, is fair game. Oh, I think another firework went off. I'm seeing the dogs on the camera barking. Oh, this is the time of year I just cannot stand because people keep shooting off bottle rockets and it affects the dogs, you know? All right. I don't know exactly how long we've been on for because I had to dump the delay earlier because I heard a really, really big boom. I didn't really hear anything this time, but maybe it's because It wasn't as loud, but the dogs have such great hearing, supersonic hearing, that even the smallest boom is going to set them off. But it looks like they're settling down now. Whoops. Oh, I thought they were. That's a good thing about having cameras everywhere. You can see this while you're live on the screen here and not really let it affect your show, right? You got to do what you got to do. All right. What I'm going to do is take a quick break. And then when I come back, I'm going to go over some comments, some community postings, and some comments. I'm also going to talk a little bit about Oh No You Didn't channel run by Amber, who put out a video yesterday that I thought was pretty comical. And it triggered Tiff about it because she took it way out of context. Even though Tiff's playing a game, Tiff doesn't care. Tiff is pretending to be mad. Like, she's not even really mad. The thing is, Tiffany is not even really mad. She is basically amping it up just for drama views and to try to make me look bad and to try to grow her audience and to try to, get on better terms with JB and all that. This is all fake instigated drama. It really is. It really is, right? Because she's getting paid by Silicone J.O. And I don't think she's getting paid by JB, but I think she thinks a collaboration with JB is going to bring her more traction, more value. Who knows? JB might be throwing her a bone every now and then. Who knows, right? But I doubt it. But yeah, again, if you think you're going to get something out of JB, Tiff, I mean, everyone on this platform that knows JB knows how he works, except you. You're going to get screwed. You are. And we're all going to be laughing at you once it happens. We are. Okay? So I'm going to take a quick break. And cue up some royalty-free music here. Since Queen is here, I gotta play her favorite song here. And the dog is still barking. The big dog is still barking. Now he's barking at the TV. Oh, man. It's all good. It's all good. Give me 1 second here. All right. Music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for about a 5 or 6 minute break, and then we're going to get into some comments. I'm not going to show anything on the screen, but I'm going to read some community postings and read some comments in the comments section and do my reaction. That's the best way to do it because you put stuff on the screen and then, it just creates issues, All I do is I show my face, usually just show my face and, speak. That's it. So stick around. We'll be right back.
walk like two out the door, then you have magic.
right. We are back. We are back. We are back live. And we are just going to scratch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, everyone. We're going to get right back to it. I'm going to get to the chat here first and foremost and respond to you, Blues Girl. And let's just leave off in the chat where we left off. Let's see. NC's Queen says Tiffany is jealous that Amber made up with the Legion. Yeah, I don't know I don't even have really an opinion about that. I mean, people can go where they want to go. They can do what they want to do. That's a whole different story. That's irrelevant to this. I don't know. I don't think any of these women are jealous of Jamie. I don't think Jamie's jealous of them. I don't think it's any of that. They want to lead you to believe that because they get more traction and more sympathy donations when they can lead you to feel like, they're a victim of something. And that's all these women do is they play the role of the victim, right? But listen, to be fair at the same time, I'm not trying to come at you, Jamie. You played the role of the victim many times too on purpose. Now, I'm not playing the role of the victim. All I'm doing is standing up for myself. My only vested interest here is the fact that they continue to use my content and they continue to slander my name and say things about me that are not true or taken way out of context. Everything I've said about them is true. For the most part, it's true or a very strong opinion, and I state when I feel something is an opinion, because if I don't have 100% proof, that's an opinion, okay? But a lot of what these people do is true. A lot of what I say about what they do is true, okay? Blues Girl says, I'm going to say one thing because I don't talk behind others' backs, but I do not think children and grandchildren should be talked about. I feel that about anyone. I have even defended NC on that. Listen, Blues Girl, you and this group of Karens, okay, I'm not calling you a Karen. I would prefer to not call you a Karen. But you and these women within the crama, true crime, drama, crama community, whatever, if you ladies want to set a rule like that where, we don't talk about children or whatever, that's on you, okay? Now, again, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not here to harm anyone, grown adults or children. But if I'm going to share a story and it involves children, then they have to be mentioned. I'm not going to mention them by name. And if I do, I might mention the first name, but I'm not going to mention the last name or anything. And here's the thing. The mainstream media, when you see these true crime shows on TV and it involves children, they talk about the children. So what is the difference? What is the difference if a YouTuber is going to share their opinions and thoughts about another YouTuber's behavior, and it happens to involve how they treat their child, or if their behavior is bad and we say, hey, if the mother's behaving like this, how's it going to affect the child? How's it going to affect raising the child? What is wrong with saying that? That's my opinion. It's a good opinion. There's nothing wrong with it. So I think that a lot of you ladies take it a bit way too far. You're trying to control the narrative. You're trying to basically run your mouths with no repercussion, right? And it doesn't work like that. If you're going to talk about somebody, then we're going to talk about you and defend ourselves and share our thoughts. It's part of our freedom of speech, right? Blues Girl, you put out allegations about Tiffany being a bad parent. I never said she was a bad parent. What I said is, how is this behavior going to affect her child? How would any mother or father behave in this way affect their child? I put it out there in that way. You're taking me out of context, Blues Girl. And that's a very valid point within the terms of service and very respectfully said. The reason why you're all triggered and why she's triggered is because she knows that her behavior is not the best behavior. And if her child is watching this behavior, how's he going to turn out, right? What's wrong with saying that? I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just stating an opinion. It's a valid opinion. Blues girl, beef with people all you want, leave kids out. That's your opinion. I don't typically talk about the kids, but you know what? If somebody has small children and they're behaving erratically, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, look, this piss poor behavior of this mother, of this father, is going to more than likely affect the way the child's going to turn out. So how is that, how is that wrong? How is that, saying something that shouldn't be said? It's the truth of the matter. If you don't want people talking about that, then don't give them a reason to talk about that. If you don't want people talking about anything regarding you, then don't give them that reason to talk about you in any way, shape, or form. Why don't you understand that, blues girl? Why don't you take ownership of your actions, or why don't they take ownership of their actions initially, so that way they don't give anyone, including me, any reason to talk about anything regarding them, let alone their kids or their relationship or whatever. And again, they talk about me all the time. J.D. Gunner talked about me for years and still talks about me. He's talked about my money. He's talked about my mother. He's talked about my girlfriend. He's talked about me. He's shown my house. These people have done far worse to me, and they're crying wolf about us defending ourselves. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Hey, Sue Sullivan, welcome to the show. Agree with Eli. What do you agree on? Be more specific, Sue. I appreciate it. Hey, Blues Girl, says Tia. Blues Girl says, hi, Tia. I have to be honest, trying to be respectful. I don't like children talked about. I would rather not talk about them either. So don't give me a reason to talk about them. And when I do have to talk about kids or anyone, I do it respectfully. There's no law saying that we can't talk about kids in the context of how their parents raised them or how a parent's shitty behavior would affect the kid being raised properly. There's nothing wrong with saying that. It's not against the terms of service. It's not against the law. There's nothing slanderous about it. It is what it is. I think this more so boils down to being ashamed of the mistakes they've made. Instead of owning their mistakes, they try to cover them up, and then they come at us and they accuse us of stuff that's not true about us. They're accusing me of shit that's not true as part of their fake instigated drama content, and it makes me look bad. So I got to defend myself. So they can do that, but we can't defend ourselves. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, Queen, that was a smart move there. You can leave Blues Girl banned. I don't want you back here anymore, Blues Girl. You're spamming my chat right now with garbage. You made your point, and you keep going on and on and on and on and on about it. Go back over to Tiff's channel and stay there, okay? Blues Girl says, I don't mean anything ill against anyone. I know it would hurt me if it was done to me. Well, would you ever give people a reason, Blues Girl, to talk about you or your children? Would you ever do something stupid publicly that would make you appear like an unfit mother or doing something that could potentially affect your kid being raised properly? Why don't you take ownership of your actions? Why don't you be proactive and be a better person and not give anyone any reason to think that in the first place? But see, you ladies want to make mistakes and then cover them up, and then at the same time attack other people like me for your content and make shit up about us, right? Instead of owning up to your own crap. Get out of here. Tia says, I should have blocked some comments because there were things I never knew that came out. That was a rule made in the Krama community. Toss doesn't matter. I understand why you feel that way. Well, Tia, no disrespect. I don't have those rules here. I'm not Krama. I'm a coach. I want to help people better their lives. And if we give people a free pass, if we how do I say this the right way? If we coddle people and let them slide on their piss poor behavior, how are they going to ever learn to be better people? So all the Krama people are doing by making that rule is basically coddling everyone, and no one gets held accountable for anything. Then the same mistakes keep getting made over and over again, right? You did the right thing, Tia. Tia, you did the right thing. And it's part of people's freedom of speech. If they want to talk, they should be able to talk, right? The only things I don't allow here are trolling, hating, and attacking. No one's hating or attacking anyone by stating their opinions about people's behaviors, right? Blues Girl says, thanks, Tia. Tia says, at Blues Girl with the arrow up sign. NCS Queen, you are correct. Correct about what? Then NCS Queen says, if you had broken terms of service, they would have taken your video down. That's right. It's still fully monetized. And thank you for sharing it. I've got over 700 views now because of you, Tiff. Thank you for sharing it. That's ad revenue. It's probably another $5-6. It all adds up. Sue Sullivan, you are just being honest. I'm 100% honest and transparent. Blues Girl, before she got banned by Queen, how do you know her son doesn't talk to her? Well, a lot of people have basically, they put out some information. They put out a lot of clips. Now, I was sent a clip of, I guess, Tiff talking with her sister, but that clip was removed due to a terms of service violation. So I couldn't hear that. And quite frankly, I don't even care. Listen, Tiff, I don't care to know all that stuff about you. Okay. I don't care about that. Right. The only reason why I mention it is because you're coming out here blaming me for something you started. You started this and you've kept it going. And you've said all these things about me. So now I'm defending myself and I'm coming out and saying, this woman is coming out and trying to paint me as a broke ass loser. She's talking about my mother, like, takes care of me and pays all the bills, which she doesn't. She's saying all this stuff and then expects no backlash? Hell no. Unit B200, Shalom Eli. Hey, shalom to you. What's going on? They are totally sick on the other side, says Queen. You're right, Queen. You're right. You're right. Sue says, NC is Queen. Exactly. Yep. So let's get to some comments here, okay? So last night, Tiff made a posting sharing my stream, the actual stream, right? And she wrote, this stream needs to come down and you need to publicly retract the statements about Jeff and me and my children. First of all, it's Jeff and I. And my children, thank you. No, I'm not going to. The only way I would ever consider removing that video is if you publicly apologize to me first for everything you've said about my mother, about my pocketbook. You showed a picture of my family's home where I live at. Okay. You've painted me as a person that doesn't take care of Dawn. You've just done so much more, like too much to even fathom right now. Right. You tried to get me to do the King of the Cuck show 2 with JB Gunner. You ambushed me on your panel. You owe me an apology well before I would ever consider giving you one. I've done nothing wrong to you. You're not owning up to what you've done. The reason why now you're coming at me is because you're getting called out. And see, you were saying on the break, I heard part of your stream on the break, Tiff. You were saying on the break that you went through the same thing with Jamie. I'll tell you this. I don't agree with a lot of things that Jamie does. When it comes to you, I agree 100% with how he handled it. You know why? Because when you met him, you lied to him and you lied to your man. You told your man that Jamie is gay. You told Jamie your man is gay. So that way you could play them both, have some fun on the side. And then you thought you're going to get away with that? You started it with Jamie too. I didn't know all of this because I didn't care to know about it. And the only reason why I'm talking about it is because you're coming out here blaming me for this stuff and saying that I'm the one that started this and I'm the one that's keeping it going. No, you're the one that started it and you're the one that's keeping it going. What happened between you and Jamie started with the way that you handled it. You lied to him. The guy flew across the country, got a hotel room, was waiting for you, thinking that he was going to meet this attractive, decent YouTuber, right? And you played him. So what do you expect for him to do? Do you think your behavior there was proper? And me coming out and saying, you know, what kind of a role model does that show your family or your kids, right? That's all I'm saying is that, are you ashamed? Aren't you ashamed of what you've done? Because I would be. If you truly accepted responsibility for the things you've done, you wouldn't be coming at myself or other people. Because I'll tell you this, if you're going to come at people within their personal lives like you did with myself and go to the level you took it because you're getting paid to do it, then people are going to defend themselves and they're going to look and see what you've done. That's what happens. Because unless you're the perfect person and you're the Mother Teresa, which no one is, especially you coming and doing what you're doing holds no merit when you've done far worse. And now you want to come out here and play the role of the victim and ask me to remove a stream for defending myself? No, you owe me an apology. But I'm never going to get it because you're never going to give it to me. You're never going to give it to me because you don't want this to end. If this whole thing ends, you're out of business. Nobody watches your channel anymore. JB Gunner kicks you to the curb, and then you're on your own, stuck in a rut more than you already are. Tia says, what was said last night, you didn't say, Eli. I don't know who it was said by. Her son being in jail should not have been said. In the end, Toss doesn't care. It's the freedom of speech. Well, Tia, here's the thing. I'm a good person like you with a good heart. Remember, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. There was nothing wrong said in the chat. Nothing you violated terms of service. Nobody crossed the line. And you got to understand this, Tia, that when you're a public figure on YouTube, and JD Gunner, you know this too. You can tell Tiff this. She knows it. She knows it, but doesn't live by it. When you're a public figure, you're subject to scrutiny and criticism. You're subject to this stuff. And if Tiff doesn't want people putting out those things about her that are public knowledge that have been talked about before, right? Then she shouldn't do the things she does to other people, including what she's done to me, right? She's only getting back what she's put out. She's only getting back what she's put out. But I get it. We want to be good people, Tia, and I'm a good person, right? But I'm not going to allow some 43-year-old entitled woman that's being taken care of by a man she fully takes advantage of, right? That has done all this crazy stuff, right? You think she should get a free pass for all that? Honestly, I don't care what she does as long as she leaves my name out of her mouth, my girlfriend's name, my family's name, my content, doesn't use any of it. She inserted herself. She put herself into my business, so now it's my business to defend myself. I'm sorry, Tia. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you. If I'm offending you, I'm sorry. I really like who you are, Tia. And see, as queen, don't let her silence you. No, she's not going to silence me. She can't. She can try all she wants. I don't violate the terms of service. Everything's above board. And, if she wants me to stop, then she has to stop first. She started this. She did. TS says, NC is queen. Silence Eli. It will never happen. No, because I'm very smart on how I approach things within the terms of service. Queen Helen Casey, karma will be knocking at her door. Probably, Queen. So, you had this Elizabeth chick saying Eli is a very vindictive, controlling, hateful creep. I'm just stating the facts. She started this. How does that make me a creep to defend myself? You're just miserable and lonely, and you're jealous of myself and my girlfriend Dawn and my family and whatever. You're a jealous woman, Elizabeth. And anyone who interacts with him is putting themselves at risk. Risk for what? For being exposed of the truth? Because you guys want to come at me and then lie about yourselves? So you want to be able to come at me, attack my family, myself, my girlfriend, show my house publicly, do all this vile stuff to me. But when I respond and call you guys on your crap, you want to say that I'm a dangerous person? No, you're the dangerous people. His channel has absolutely nothing to do with life coaching. This is life coaching at its finest. This is absolutely life coaching. I'm life coaching you women back to reality because you're whacked out. You're all mentally ill. You're all mentally ill and you have delusions of grandeur and you're entitled. You think you're entitled to trash people any way you want and then expect no backlash. Get the hell out of here. It is ridiculous for someone who has failed. How have I failed in life? I'm here talking to you in high quality 1080p HD with a nice microphone, better than what you got. I'm not trying to flex my muscles. Why? How jealous are you, Elizabeth? Are you going to come back and say, I only have this because of my mother? I bought all this stuff. I have my own money. See, you guys keep coming at me with this bullshit, and that's why I keep going at Tiff and you folks. No job, no education. I have a high school diploma. I did go to college for a few years, but I didn't get into a career. I didn't get a degree in college. I didn't need one. I started working, making my own money, and then I went back and got my insurance licenses. I went a different route. And I guarantee you, Elizabeth, if you and I got on the panel, that I would sound way more educated than you. Living off his mother. See, there you go again. Living off his mother. I don't live off my mother. We share a house, you moron. That's the same thing Tiff's been saying. So if she's going to make up that stuff, if she's going to throw that stuff out there, then I'm going to defend myself. To think he can give anyone valuable advice when his life is a big mess. How's my life a big mess? I'm all good. Everything's all good in my life. I'm happy. Is everything perfect? No, nobody's perfect. Okay? But I have a good family, a good woman. Yes, she's got some medical issues and we're dealing with it like normal people would. So where's the problem, Elizabeth? Are you jealous? Are you jealous of my happiness? Regardless of how I get my happiness, I'm a happy person. Are you jealous that I'm happy and you're not? Because I'm happy, you got to make shit up. You got to attack my mother, my girlfriend, and all that stuff. You're no different than Tiff. You and Tiff are exactly alike. Sleuthing with Jason. Yep, disgusting behavior, little coaching guy. How's it disgusting? I'm sharing the truth. And Cult of Gunner, that new channel he has. He's scum. No, you're scum, dude. You're just out here to leverage people. That's all. You don't care. You don't care about me. You don't care about Tiff. You don't care about James. You don't care about anyone besides leveraging any audience you can to try to get them to donate to you, JB. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, JB. So just stop it, dude. Stop your garbage, man. Garbage people, man. I'll call you out every time. And then Tiff got ticked off that Amber clipped part of my live stream from yesterday. I thought it was funny. I shared it on my community wall. Tiff writes, this was last night. Amber finds a live stream where Eli drugged me and my children. How did I drag you? You've been dragging me for the last, 3-4 weeks. How am I dragging you, Tiff? Eli drugged me and my children and my partner, your partner, the one that you cheated on, the one that you told Jamie that he was gay, and you told Jamie your partner was gay so you can meet up with him from YouTube and cheat on your man. Seriously. For over an hour? Funny. Why am I not surprised? You're not surprised. You're just basically shrugging it off. Like, you're basically just blowing off everything you know is true about you, ignoring it, and just trying to come at people without taking without accepting responsibility for your own actions. You just have never accepted responsibility for your own actions, Tiff. Yeah, so Amber did a stream where, not a stream. She put out a video of where I was telling Jeff that you need to tell your woman to come out of the closet because she broadcasts live from the closet. And you need to sing her a little song. And the song you need to sing her is by someone named Bobby Brown. And it's called Don't Be Cruel. And then I sang the song. And Amber was playing the actual Don't Be Cruel song by Bobby Brown in the background. And she was laughing at it. She got a kick out of it. And I don't think Amber is really too fond of Tiffany. I don't think Amber is too fond of Tiffany. So she got a laugh out of it, not only because I was singing the song, but because, I was saying Jeff should be singing it to Tiff, and Amber knows exactly what Tiff has done to Jeff and what Jeff's put up with. So Amber loved how I put on that production. Now, Amber, you don't have to like me, whatever. We're not on the best terms. I don't hate you, Amber, and I don't think you really hate me. We're just, we're worlds apart. You're in a different group. It's all good. But if she thinks something is funny and it makes sense and she wants to clip it, no problem. I thought it was funny. I even shared it on my community wall, right? And now, before I take another break here in a second, I'm going to take another break. I need to take a break. My voice is getting a little hoarse here, and I need to get a little honey and get a little more coffee here. Let's go. I've got a bunch of screenshots here. Let's see here. Let me see here. Well, Amber actually responded in the community post earlier today. And she said, Tiffany, STF you already. So Amber doesn't like Tiffany. We all knew that, right? I agree, Tiffany. She should really STF you. She should really actually get off of YouTube. That would be like a blessing in disguise. But anyway, I didn't say squat about anything but Eli singing Bobby Brown, FFS. You know what FFS is, for F's sake, right? Yeah. Yeah, so far so good, Amber. In fact, I had not even listened to the rest of the stream before I commented or posted anything. What would it matter if you did? We didn't share anything but the truth. Right? Get all the way over yourself and stop playing victim over anything I say or do. It's the same thing with everyone. That's all Tiff has is the victim card, Amber. Tiffany is like an eternal victim. Like, that's all you're ever going to amount to, Tiff, is a victim on YouTube. How pathetic is that? I think that triggers you more than anything. When you don't get your way, Tiff, you pout like a little girl that hasn't matured yet at age 43, and you play the role of the victim. And the only reason why you get away with it is because your man, Jeff, continues to support you. You are so lucky because that could change any minute. He could throw you out and you'll have nothing, right? Nothing. But you're coming at me saying that I live off the estate, I live off my mom, and I'm a loser and this and that, right? But you're not even realizing how close you are to being on the street and having nothing, right? Then Amber says in her posting, literally him singing I found funny. GFH, never have I thought anyone mentioning kids was funny, and that's not what I clipped, obviously. No, you didn't clip that. And I mentioned my thoughts about kids already. I'm going to share more about that tomorrow on GLM's channel. I've already shared the link. I'm going to be on GLM's show tomorrow morning, Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be talking about YouTube etiquette. And there'll be a focus on, should children be discussed at all for any reason or not, right? Hey, Nucky, give me a second here. There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. I'll get to your comment in a second. Tia says, Eli, this is your community. I was saying in the Krama community, the thing about kids was always an issue. I don't expect you to follow anyone else's rules. I am in no way offended. I am done now. No, Tia. No, I get that, Tia. Tia, when I have a lot of respect for someone like you, and this has nothing to do with what you've donated, people are going to think, oh, you're just kissing Tia's ass because she's donated. No, it has nothing to do with your money. This has to do with who you are as a person. Don and I have a lot of love for you. You're even connected with Don and Sandra Palacio and Queen Helen Casey behind the scenes. So I know that means something, right? This is more than just YouTube. We consider you a real, true friend now, and we love who you are. But yeah, I get what you're saying. The bottom line is any community can make rules. That doesn't mean the rules are universal. And I know you already knew that. I'm glad you clarified it. But I wasn't saying that, and I think you know that, I wasn't saying that you didn't understand or know that. But I just wanted to make it clear here for everyone else that, I think that within reason, anyone, adult or child, can be talked about. Now, if you're saying very vile and hateful and predatory things about kids, I am all against that, right? But when you're using the child as an example and you're saying something like, okay, you've got this woman or man out here on YouTube. It could be a man or a woman, or it could be both parents that are acting very vile and crazy, right? If that's the way this man and woman that are parents to this 8-year-old kid, if they're behaving that way in real life, or even if they're just acting on YouTube, what kind of example is that going to set for their kids? And I don't understand what is wrong with saying that, right? I'm not saying you're questioning me, Tia. I'm just saying, like, within the right context and respectfully speaking, it shouldn't matter what you talk about, right? But thank you for that, Tia. Appreciate that. Nucky Thompson, anyone who comes at you to this disgusting level, then anything is fair game and retaliation. Kids, spouses, everything. It is good to see a man standing up to all of these women. 100. Well, thank you. I'm going to give you a big round of applause. Thank you, Nucky Thompson. Thank you. I really greatly appreciate that. I really, really greatly appreciate that. Yeah, these are very entitled women. And I can tell you right now, like, women that are career focused and have something going for them would not be behaving this way, making content like this, or supporting a creator like this, right? Tiff and all the women that support her, those women, they're not working. They're being taken care of by someone or something. Yet they're coming at me and saying that, my mother and the estate's taking care of me. They're saying all these things about me, but realistically, they're the ones being taken care of. So they become spoiled and entitled and they can sit on their lazy ass all day on YouTube and attack other innocent people without any backlash? Hell no. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Tia says, I agree. Sorry, 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. What do you agree with, Tia? With what I said? It just caught up, right? You agree with what I was saying in response to your last comment? Nucky Thompson says, Tia says, hi, Nucky Thompson. Tia says, yeah, hi, Nucky Thompson. Nucky Thompson says, hi, Tia. Shade, hello. Hello, Shade. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. Let me go over one more posting here. I have screenshots, but I'm not going to show them. So interesting, and Tiff posted this twice yesterday. The same thing twice. She shared a video that JB Gunner did on one of his channels. He has a newer channel. And he's starting a series called Correcting the Cuck Volume Number 1. Correcting the Cuck Volume Number 1. And it's in quotes, the title is Tiff Tiff. Right? So in essence, Gunner, you're white knighting for Tiff Tiff. You are. You're sucking up to Tiff. You're white knighting to Tiff and her audience because you want to leverage them for donations. That's all it boils down to. If it doesn't make dollars, JB, it doesn't make sense, right? She posted last night, show my business partner some engagement and don't forget to thumbs up and share. So you're admitting that JB Gunner is a business partner now. I got to say, Tiff, you are one of the worst business people I've ever met in my life. Your business decisions are horrible. And I can tell you this, Tiff, I could put out a posting, and even most of my worst haters would agree with me saying that this is the worst business move you could ever make. Even the haters that hate me, they hate you more. Because I've done nothing compared to what you've done, right? Show my business partner some engagement and don't forget to thumbs up and share. So you're collaborating with JB Gunner to keep writing my name because you both are getting paid by silicone. And you were trying to say when I was listening to you on the break, Tip, you were saying that silicone is gone. No, silicone may not be as public anymore, but silicone is still paying you and still paying JB because there's no way Tiff, and JB, you folks would be investing this much time making content on me unless you were getting paid because you guys are not making enough in donations to sustain this otherwise. I'm not buying it. I'm calling you out, and I'm absolutely 100% correct. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree that is what's going on. Tiff and JB are getting paid by Silicone JO, and that's why they've collaborated to keep talking about me, because if it wasn't for the sponsor, they're not making enough money to sustain this otherwise. And I remember there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Yeah. Tia says yes in response to what she mentioned about. Thank you again, Tia. Much love. All right, so let me see something here real quick. I'm going to take one more break here in about a minute, and then I want to see what else is left because there's still a bunch to talk about. Everyone's putting the 1 in the chat. Yep. Everyone's putting the 1 in the chat. They all know you're doing it because you're getting paid. You guys are trying to protect your sponsor. I can understand that, even though it's not right. I get what you guys are doing. You're saying silicone is nowhere to be found, but silicone is found in your bank account. So STFU, okay? And yeah, let me thank you, Jamie, real quick for not going at Dennis. At least not yet. I appreciate that. You haven't gone at Dennis. Jamie has also been live at the same time too, but he wasn't talking about me. I was looking into who's vested into this and rebroadcasting right now. And as far as I know, appreciate you doing the right thing, James. I appreciate you doing the right thing. I hope you keep doing the right thing because I think it'll be more beneficial for you to keep growing with what you're doing now. It'll be more sustainable long term and less likely to get you removed, right? Wonderful. I'm going to respond to what RJ Sandifer made in the comment regarding the stream that Tiff did last night that she removed. You removed the stream. You responded in a stream that was about, I guess, around 30 minutes or just under 30 minutes, Tiff, last night. And I heard most of it, and then you removed it. I don't know why you removed it, Tiff. But anyway, RJ Sandifer commented, I also responded to you, RJ, on my community wall. And RJ, you continue to be delusional with delusions of grandeur, right? When you know you and I have great synergy and we've always done well doing streams together, you're allowing these people to lead you to believe that I'm a piece of crap and they're right about everything, and it's preventing us from creating greatness together on YouTube. I'm going to read the comment that RJ posted on the deleted stream or the removed stream that Tiffany, I believe, put to private. But I screenshot it. You got to screenshot things quick with people like this because they post stuff and then they remove stuff. Yeah, I do the same thing too, but I don't do it because I'm trying to hide something. I put things out there, sometimes just for an hour or two, just to give a current update, and then down the road it has no value, and other people are going to be confused down the road if they see it. So I'm not dirty deleting. I delete because things don't make sense after a while. But this stream should have been left up publicly. But I screenshot RJ's comment, and I'm going to read that. Plus, there's this no enabling channel that's running their mouth, saying disgusting, kids off limits reporting. Well, you can report all you want. It's not going to take me down. Go for it. Right? And then, and then this Mel, that's a big Tiffany fan. Apparently was calling out Amber for clipping part of my stream with the Bobby Brown song, Don't Be Cruel. Like, look at these women. These women are so invested. I'm actually laughing at this. I'm laughing at it. Yes, I am here defending my name and my honor and my girlfriend's honor and my business's honor. But at the same time, like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, like these women could do this all day, every day until the day they die. This is like their fuel. This is like, it's become their purpose. It's become, who they are. And that's really sad. It's really sad. Amber, I got to tell you, Amber, you're very smart and you've been right about everything. And it's sad that, you're not allowed to participate here. But I agree with everything you said, Amber. Amber, you're one of the smartest ones. You are one of the smartest ones. And I have far more respect for you, Amber, despite our current, circumstances, whatever they may be, right? You're one of the smartest ones, Amber. Shade says, this is all fake instigated drama from Tiff. I said that earlier, Shade. Did you hear me say that earlier? It's all fake instigated drama by Tiff because she's trying to make money doing this. Now she's in bed, figuratively speaking, not literally, Tiff, figuratively speaking. She's in bed with JB Gunner. She's trying to impress him. And they're working together to satisfy payment from their sponsor, Silicone JO, that's paying them to come at me, right? That's all it boils down to. And they're lying about it to protect their sponsor. And they're also giving their audience what they want to protect the audience from going elsewhere, right? It's all garbage, hogwash. It is. It's hogwash. So there's another posting I'll read regarding Amber responding to Mel. Let me see. And let me see here. Let me see. Okay. Nucky Thompson says, no offense to any ladies in the chat, but I have always been curious. Eli, as we are we as men built to be more successful at business than women? Like biologically, socially, again, no offense intended. That's a great question. And I'm going to answer that question after the break. And Shade says, yes, Eli, 100. Yeah, I'm going to answer that question after the break. And see, here's the thing. I'll say this for now, Nucky. No matter how nice you are to these types of women, these sociopathic, mentally and emotionally unstable women, these women that probably are either living off of a husband, a boyfriend, or a social security, disability, or whatever. Like all these women, they're not working. They really have no purpose. So they have nothing better to do than to come out here on YouTube and react to stuff like this. Even when I say nice things about women being equal to men, yada yada, I'll share more about that after the break. But I can be super respectful to women, which I usually am, and these women will still find a way to twist it and make me appear like I'm I can't even talk. Like I'm a misogynist. Let me try that again. Like I'm a misogynist, which I'm not, or a woman hater, or what's the other word? What's the other word? Okay. There's another word. I don't hate women. I don't. I suppose I'm asking, are we superior in the department of becoming more successful at business? Much appreciated for any input, advice. I'll share my thoughts about that after the break. You'll be surprised with my answer because, I'm a very fair person. And, we're in the modern world. Women have been liberated for about, 55 years now. They have equal rights, which is great, right? But I'll share my thoughts after the break. So let me cue up some royalty-free music here. Let's see. Let me see here. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for about a 7 or 8 minute break. And when we return, we're going to go another 30 to 45 minutes. We got some more postings and comments to read from, it's the same group of women. It's the same group of women. And Amber, I don't categorize you in that group. I don't think you are anything like any of them. I think you're the exception to the rule when it comes to them. And I'd like to think that most women in the real world are nothing like these crazy, trauma, delusional women. They're just wow. Just some of the most delusional women with delusions of grandeur I've ever seen. So stick around. We'll be right back. We're back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We are ratchet and get right back down to business. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. We keep it positive, but we also keep it very raw and real at the same time. I'm glad you could all join me here today. It's been another one of those shows that, I wish I really didn't have to do. I don't enjoy doing these shows, but they have to be done. And they are a great use of example purposes. That's all I have to say. That's all I can really say, Anyway, let me get back to the chat here. Let me also just make sure everything is still rolling smoothly. Give me a second here. Give me a second. All right, we're back. Welcome back to the show, everybody. All right. Ratchet to get right back down to business. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube. All right. All is well. Thank you so much to the people that are still here watching. Before I get to a few more of these comment responses below some of the videos that Tiff and some other creators have done and some other community postings along with their comments, let me respond to Nucky Thompson in the chat here. And Nucky once again says, no offense to any ladies in the chat, but I have always been curious, Eli. Are we as men built to be more successful at business than women, like biologically, socially? Again, no offense intended. That's a great question. Here's the thing. Like I've always said, men and women, in my opinion, are as equal as possible. We are biologically different, okay? And that's being completely real and respectful. I don't hate women. I don't hate men. Obviously, I am a man. And I have a wonderful woman of almost 3 years, so I don't hate women. Anyone that says I hate women, can ask my woman if I hate women, okay? And by the way, Don and I will be going live again tomorrow after the GLM show at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be going live, members only, right here on Coach Eli 2, authentic live streams. You'll need at least a $4.99 membership to watch us live. That'll only get you the members-only live streams while they're live. If you want to be able to watch the replay of that show or any other replay or any other pre-recorded members-only video we put out on this channel, you'll need at least a $9.99 membership. So get your memberships and join us tomorrow. I will be putting out that stream event later tonight at some point. There's a lot going on. I am going to be doing a lot of content this weekend. I was going to try to take the weekend off, but, Don and I are nowhere near reaching our $250 goal. Not a big deal. It's okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. But hey, no worries. Here's the thing, Nucky. Men and women are as equal as possible. I like to look at men and women 50-50 overall, right? But let's just face it, realistically, women are better at certain things than men, and men are better at certain things than women. Okay. Now, do I feel any woman is capable of starting a business and running a business just as a man is? Of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. No doubt about that. But it depends on the type of business. I think that there are certain businesses that women could run more successfully than men, and there are certain businesses that men can run more successfully than women. Am I saying that men or women shouldn't attempt to run a business that would typically be run by the opposite sex? No, I'm just stating what I feel would make them more successful, right? So that's my thought about it. In addition, if we look at working realistically, if we go back to the days of traditionalism before women were liberated, women were not working. Work was considered masculine energy. And in my opinion, for the most part, working a job is still today considered more masculine energy than feminine energy. Does that mean women shouldn't do it or can't do it? No. There are certain jobs that women are doing nowadays that are forcing them to behave in ways that are outside of their natural biological essence. For example, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you are a corporate executive and you have to fire someone as a woman, that's going to force you to exude more masculine energy than feminine energy, because women don't want to hurt anyone. Women don't want to fire anyone. Women do not want to be mean. Women at a natural biological level are sweet and soft and nurturing. They don't have it in their hearts. If they're a normal, real woman, a woman like that's not going to have it in her heart and soul to harm anyone, let alone fire someone. So when a woman is forced to fire someone, she's being forced out of her natural biological essence, and that job is requiring her to exude more masculine energy than feminine energy. Now, jobs I feel, women, are really good at. Nurses. Women can be good doctors too. Women can be good attorneys, right? Now, women can also do construction work. I've seen women do construction work, and I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, but that's a job that is typically nowadays still dominated by men, right? Again, I'm not saying women shouldn't have the opportunities or rights to do whatever they want. All I'm saying is, you're going to have better success doing certain things than others, right? But at the same time, do you. If you're a woman and you want to be, you want to be a boxer or something and you want to kick ass, do it. There are women that are doing martial arts, right? There are women in the WWE, right? Right? Do you. Do what makes you feel happy, right? But when you look at success, I think success is based on how smart the person is, whether they're a man or a woman, how dedicated they are. It depends on what they're trying to create and how passionate they are about it beyond the money. If you're doing something, whether you're a man or a woman, just for the money, you have a greater chance of failing and giving up before you become successful, because you're not doing it because you love doing it. You're doing it for the money. If you do something because you love doing it for free, like I love helping people out here on YouTube. I love doing it just for doing it, even for free. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a business. We want to make money, right? But I enjoy doing this far beyond the money. So whatever you choose to do, whether you're a man or a woman, do it because you enjoy doing it. And when you do that, it'll push you through the tough times of where you're not making money to keep moving forward. So eventually you will end up making money and make it sustainable because you truly enjoy it and it's your purpose and passion to do so. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So Nucky, let me know what you think here. Shade says, Tiff needs a good eating fiesta to put her in her place. I don't know what you meant by that, but I guess, man, I guess. Queen says, then ignore those idiots over there. Yeah. No, I really want to ice them out. I really want to ice them out. I really hope I don't have to talk about them anymore. But that all depends on what Tiff and JB does. If they keep coming at me every now and then when I see it feasible to do so, I'll defend myself. If they stop, we stop, right? That's all it boils down to, right? You're not going to outlast me, Tiff or JB. You're not going to outlast me, okay? Okay, I can go all day, every day. And Dawn is cool with me doing this. I still spend time with Dawn. Dawn is resting right now. I saw her a little bit ago on the break. She says hello to everyone. But yeah, if we need to keep going, we'll just keep going, right? Give me 1 second here. Give me a second here. Do 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 do. Yeah. All right. All right. So let's continue here. Okay. All right. All is well. All right. RJ Sandifer. Well, Shade says we have lots of peach trees. We tell someone to go eat a peach and chill out when they're angry. All right. That's fair. That makes sense. RJ made a comment on the removed stream that Tiff did last night after my Walking with Purpose stream. She was really super triggered. RJ said, Tiffany, I was listening to this live stream and I completely agree with everything you've said. Really? Really? So you agree with everything that she's done to attack myself, my family, my mother, showing pictures of our home, you know, all the stuff that she's done to us. You're okay with that. And because she's going to play the role of the victim because her kids were mentioned in a you know, not in a bad way. They were mentioned as example purposes. You're going to take her side. Jamie and the others have called me a flip-flopper. You are a flip-flopper, RJ. You are. However, this situation you are describing has nothing to do with choosing sides. I don't know. RJ. I consider, you know, supporting someone like Tiffany. You're on the other side because she's drama. And listen, you know, James has moved on. At least I think he has, and I'm not really talking much about James. You know, only very rarely if it's, you know, needed to be discussed in the right context. Okay, but he's drama too. So you're drama, RJ. As long as you're a part of these drama groups, you are on the other side. Okay. We're talking about defamation. What defamation? How's it defamation? Okay. I'm sharing my thoughts and opinions. I'm reading chat messages in the chat from people that have heard either Tiffany or someone that knows Tiffany closely state these things. So they've been stated as facts. All I was doing was reading the chat. So how is it defamation? Are you just mad, RJ, because I'm a better YouTuber than you? Are you? I'm not trying to be mean, RJ. Are you just mad and jealous because I'm a better YouTuber than you? And let me ask you this, RJ. If you have the guts to, you know, talk about this with somebody that you're accusing of defamation of character, then why don't you invite me onto your panel and let's talk about this one-on-one? Why don't you invite me on your channel? I have now blocked you on Facebook Messenger. You're going to have to email me at coacheli@coach.eliasmelas.com because I got tired of, you know, you not responding and you just, you know, not having a clue. So if you have the guts to confront me and ask me to my face, RJ, about defamation of character, then email me and invite me on your show and let's talk like grown men. I bet you won't do it. Tiffany, you've always been cool with me. RJ, you don't have a clue regarding what's going on. RJ, any woman that gives you the time of day, you bow down like a sick puppy dog. Okay? No one, and I mean no one, has the right to discuss anyone's children because that's off limits. No, it's not. If it's within the right context for the story, even the mainstream media will talk about children in the right context. So sit down, RJ. You have no idea what you're talking about. RJ, you might as well join the Krama Karens because you're becoming a male version of the Krama Karen. If you believe that RJ is becoming a male version of the Krama Karens, put a 1 in the chat if you're still around, folks. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel that RJ is becoming a male version of the Krama Karens. Wow, RJ. That's ridiculous, man. Yes, I have talked crap on Eli. Of course, you've called me the California cuckold many times because you were pushed to do so by the other side, right? You've allowed these people, these same people. Now, a lot of the ones that were doing that to you have backed off. So it's all good. I'm glad they backed off. But in the past, they pushed you to say and do things to me for fake instigated drama content. And you kept falling for it over the years. Now you're going to let Tiff do the same thing to you because she's fake instigated drama too. RJ. Yes, I have, and I'm moving away from the drama. Really? You're moving away from the drama? You're right here commenting on one of the worst drama channels on YouTube. How do you think you're moving away from drama when you're commenting on this? Everyone's putting the one in the chat right now. There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. One in the chat. You're a male version of a Krama Karen, RJ. That's what you are. It's the truth of the matter. It's my opinion, but it's a pretty strong opinion, RJ. No one on social media should be trashing anyone's family for any reason. I agree. I'm not trashing anyone's family. I'm just responding and sharing the truth about people that are trashing my family. They're trashing my mother. They're trashing myself. They're trashing Dawn. They're showing pictures of our house, right? They're saying the most vile things, right? So you got it wrong, RJ. They're trashing me and trying to lead you to believe that me responding to people like Tiff to defend myself is trashing her. I'm not trashing her. I'm just stating the facts. And if it's something I'm not 100% sure on, I state it as an opinion, RJ. That's all. You're making yourself look really bad, RJ. However, this goes way beyond a simple YouTube beef. Well, Tiff took it there because that's her content. She's fake instigated drama. She's trying to white knife for JB Gunner. Maybe she's trying to build a business with JB. Maybe she's thinking about, leaving her man and going to live with JB. That'd be a big mistake. Because, if she did that, she'd be on the street not too long after she moved in with JB, and then she'd be knocking back on Jeff's door again. Well, she restreams my content and she talks shit about me. This is only an excuse. Really? Really, RJ? Would you like me to talk shit about you and trash you and your family? Would you like me to talk about your late father like they talked about my late father? See, RJ, I can say a few things right now that would trigger the living shit out of you, but I'm not going to. So you're in essence saying, Mr. Sandifer, that it's okay for them to trash me, but I can't defend myself against their trashings of me. If you would like to challenge me on this and have a real mature grown-ass man discussion on this, invite me on your channel, RJ. Be a man. Are you a man, RJ? RJ, your father raised you to be a man, and you're not acting like a man. So if you're a real man, invite me on. Or sit down and STF you. Seriously. Be the better person and walk away. This is what I got out of tonight's live stream. Well, she should walk away. She started this. Until she walks away, I'm going to defend myself, RJ. What's the problem with that? When she walks away, it ends. She started it, RJ Sandifer. Anyway, that's that. Okay? That is that. What else do we have here? All right, so here is a posting that Amber responded to regarding something that Mel put out. Yeah, it was funny. Let me do this, okay? Because I didn't I didn't get the entire part of the posting. There it is. So Mel makes a posting and says, this was like, I guess earlier today. Yeah, I thought it was this Bobby Brown he was singing to at Tiff. And she put that, she shared a Google um, excerpt of Bobby Brown being accused of contributing to Whitney Houston's death. No, he did not. Stop blaming Bobby Brown. Look, like Bobby Brown's, ex-wife Whitney Houston and their daughter Christina. Okay, they both had issues outside of Bobby, right? They only have themselves to blame for what they did that that ended their lives. Okay. Now, I'm not saying Bobby Brown is perfect, but he's still around. So that should say something. And then Mel says, girl, you need to change your attitude. Or what, Eli? There is no or what, Mel. There is no or what. All it's saying is that you have a shitty attitude. You need to change your attitude because it's not a good attitude. There is no or else or what. Have you been abused, Mel, to the point of where you think that every time a man says, girl, you need to change your attitude, it means if you don't do it, you're gonna get whooped? No, you are ridiculous, Mel. All the song is saying is that, you know what? I'm a good dude. I'm taking care of you. I'm buying you diamond rings. I'm taking you to nice fancy fucking dinners. I'm giving you the life that any woman would dream of having, and you treat me like shit. So, girl, you need to change your attitude. And if you want the or else, this is what the or else is. I'll kick your ass out or divorce you if I'm married to you. The or else is not I'm going to beat you up, Mel. God, Mel, you are really delusional. You are really one scorn, messed up, psychopathic, just mentally and emotionally unstable woman. RJ, very feminine. Right, says Shade. You're right. Or what, Eli? You'll have some creepy sociopath. You're that creepy sociopath, Mel, with a monster mask and a voice changer. Find her family and teach her a lesson. I never said that. Why are you taking this out of context, Mel? Are you jealous because I'm a better YouTuber than Tiffany? Because I'll outlast her? And because I'm in a happy relationship? Right? Get out of here, Mel. Real funny stuff there, isn't it? Oh, no, you didn't. She tagged in Amber as well. And then Mel says, you can all fuck all the way off. Well, you can do the same thing as well, Mel, because you make no sense. You make 0 sense, actually. So Amber gets back and says, I can't. Hey there, Mel. Yeah, I think everyone is aware of Bobby Brown being a loser. No need to Google that dude. Bobby Brown is not a loser. I mean, everyone has their moments. And Bobby Brown is not responsible for the death of Whitney Houston or their daughter Christina, right? I don't believe I said him and his past was funny. I said Eli singing his song was funny. Yeah, that's all she did. As in clowning the guy. As in I'm clowning the guy. You weren't really clowning me. You know it was funny. It was funny as fuck, Amber. It was spot on. It was spot on, and you clipped it perfectly because you know that Tiff's taking advantage of Jeff. And all I was saying is, hey, Jeff, you should tell Tiff to come out of the closet where she broadcasts live from and confront her and sing her Bobby Brown's Don't Be Cruel. Right? That's all. I'll get back to the chat in a second here, Nucky. FFS, for F's sake, go find someone else to outrage on. That's true. Mel is very delusional with delusions of grandeur. I didn't say I found the stream funny, not Bobby Brown himself funny. Eli singing was funny, you weirdo. Yeah, I agree. She's not only a weirdo, she's a psychopath and a sociopath and mentally and emotionally unstable and lonely and miserable. Then furthermore, Amber says, as a matter of fact, I have not even heard the rest of the stream yet. This is bizarre. You actually Google Bobby Brown as if we don't know who and what he is. LOL. I know, that's funny. Amber, like, these women, listen, Amber, again, despite what happened, I know we're not on the best of terms for reasons I believe to be out of both of our control. But anyway, that's my opinion. Okay. Don and I have respect for you. You're a good person. The rest of these women are just very, very mentally ill. They're mentally ill. They are. And then Amber says, enough. Have I made it clear? Little coaching guy singing is funny. Don't call me little coaching guy, Amber. Don't call me that. Because, Amber, listen, if you're going to play that game, I'll play the game with you too. And Amber, honestly, I really don't want to start going at you. I don't. I'm tired of this. It's immature. It's stupid. It's dumb. Little coaching guy. Yeah, if these women had the chance to be with me and get what Don is getting, they'd be like, oh man, I'm sorry I ever called him little coaching guy. Jesus Christ, man. Not the singer, not anyone's kids, not fucking anything else. Okay, fair enough, Amber. And then Amber pinned, because I shared Amber's video on my community wall. I thought it was great. And then Amber says, in caps, even Eli thinks my clip is funny. Stop twisting things. Yeah, even I think it's funny. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. Dawn was asking me something from the other room, and I just muted for a second. She's all good. I told her I'm almost done here. Let's see here. And then Angela's clips and giggles. You're right about this, Angela. Tiff must be teaching them fake outrage classes and the art of deflection. You nailed it, Angela. And let's see. Amber responds and says, at Angela's clips and giggles. Sheesh, we can't even laugh at a man singing Don't Be Cruel on a trail. Even Eli liked it. It's bad when he can take a joke and they want to twist it into kids and abuse and doing coke. Don't clip Angela and definitely don't giggle. It's all fake instigated drama. Perfectly done, Amber. Great job. That you clipping that, I swear to God, I played that clip 10 times. I even played your clip a couple times to Dawn, and she was laughing. And then Angela gets back and says, oh no, you didn't, Amber, with the 2 laughing hysterically emojis. And then Amber does the same thing with 3 crying out of laughter emojis. They're laughing at you, Tiff. They're laughing at you. Let me see here. What else? Give me a second here, okay? All right. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. We are back live. Some nice, scary music there. Scratch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Great to see you all still here. Yeah, I'm going to get right back to the chat here because I need to wrap this up soon. Hey, Jigwalk, how you doing? Welcome to the show, man. I am late again. Nah, you're not, man. No, you're not. It's all good. You can always catch the replay. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm looking at what people are saying about Bobby Brown, and I appreciate what you're saying there. I'm going to read the chat comments here in just a second, and then I'm going to go over just a few more comments here that were written under these community postings that Amber made. They're very good comments. But let me make sure everything's still rolling smoothly before I do that. All right, so let me first read this. I'll get back to you, Nucky, in a second. But Tia says, I'm not a fan of Bobby Brown. He didn't have anything to do with the Houston's deaths. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I'm really tired of miserable women blaming men for the demise of other women. Okay? Men and women create their own demise. Whitney Houston and, Bobby Christina, the daughter, okay? They both passed away over the same thing, alcohol and substance abuse, more so substance abuse. Alcohol, yes, it can be a contributor, but, Whitney, did a lot of drugs because, she was performing at a very high level. And Bobby Christina was doing the same thing. How did that have anything to do with Bobby? How can you blame Bobby for that? Bobby was trying to get them to stop, but they're not going to listen. Jigwalk says, yes, I will catch the replay. Tia says, hey, Jigwalk. Jigwalk says, hey, Tia. Jigwalk, I'm not surprised if Tiff plays the victim card after she has been attacking you nonstop for weeks. Right. That's just the way it goes, man. Nucky Thompson, that was an excellent breakdown, man. Very coherent and right on the money. I couldn't explain myself too well in the question, but you completely understood. Thank you for taking the time to answer. Yeah. I mean, it's not about, it's not about men and women not being equal. Men and women are as equal as possible. It's just we're biologically different, and men are better at some things than women, and women are better at some things than men. And honestly, men and women work best as a team together. That's the bottom line. Anyway, because I'm getting a little tired. I've been on, probably now for about 2.5 hours. Let's see. And some people have removed their comments. I just couldn't see them. Miss Liverbird, I'm not sure who you think I am, but I've always stood firm in not bringing in kids, and I don't support Eli. Tiff, based off the comments, I can tell you brought up Bam. I don't know who Bam is, then edited. Why am I not shocked? Nope. You won't ever find anything I did to the woman. Just stop. It's effing Bobby Brown. Lookie's mom, I'm not even sure why you are bringing Jess up, as she has nothing to do with it. Is that Granny's watching? I saw her in Tiff's chat earlier today. That was interesting. But hey, you managed to mention her everywhere you comment, even when no one else is. Now stop making something out of nothing. I didn't laugh at the stream. I laughed at the singing. Still have not even heard the rest of the stream. I think Tiffany is just one that goes all over YouTube just looking to stir up the pot for content. I'm beginning to really believe Tiff is all about fake instigated drama now. That's all it boils down to. It's all pretend victim or victimization. It's all pretend when she does it. But when no one's coming back at her and she can attack somebody freely without a response, like some people don't respond to her, then she just gets off on it and calls it a day. But when someone responds to her and hits her harder, figuratively speaking, than she hits them, then she cries wolf. That's what she did today and yesterday. Amber says, at Mike, well, I was going to say, pretty sure I've seen her do it plenty. I haven't. Not even when mine was attacked horribly. She can shove it. I don't know what that was referred to. Mike says, maybe Tiffany wants her singing critiqued. I love how she randomly makes stuff up, like saying what someone supports. Yeah, that's what she does. Tiff does that because she tries to get people to respond and engage. And that's not a problem as long as she doesn't take it too far. With me, she took it way too far. She came to my family. She showed my house. She attacked myself and Dawn and the way that we make our money and how we pay or not pay our bills. I mean, she took it way too far. So now she's just getting what she deserves. Bang Your Heart says, at Mike, right, she lies more than Pinocchio. That's a great comment. Big round of applause. Tiffany, you lie more than Pinocchio. Your nose is growing bigger and bigger. Mike says she supports and has been equally involved with Katie's son getting attacked, so F her and her feelings. Right. So you participate in doing things that you criticize for people coming at you. What a hypocrite. Yep. Fake instigated drama. That's all it is. Amber gets back and says, that Mike, right. I don't even know what was said about her kids. I started listening, got that far, clipped it, and fell asleep. Unless her kids are in the lyrics, don't be cruel, but I don't think they are. No, they're not. They're not. Angela's Clips and Giggles says she's always looking for a reason to go at you. Just remember, this is fake. She's the one that set up Jeff and Eli's call. She knows what she's doing. Well, she set up that call. I don't think the call I had with Jeff was fake. I think it was legitimate. Jeff was very nice to me. Jeff said I can call him anytime. I haven't. He has my number. He hasn't called me. If Jeff even knows what's going on and he was truly pissed off at me, he would have called me or texted me, right? So this is all tips, phony, baloney, fake, instigated drama. That's all it boils down to. Okay. And then Amber responds to Angela Clips and Giggles and says she knows exactly what she's doing. Of course she does. She's a very conniving and manipulative you-know-what. Also, she is purposefully acting outraged over me knowing I clipped this singing. Right, so she can get more traction and get more donations and further please her new business partner, JB Gunner. That's right. How could I forget? I'm supposed to speak out every time Tiff is victimized, or fake victimization is what it is. Tiff, you are all about fake victimization. You're the one that victimizes people. You're not victimized. You victimize everyone and then say you're the victim. Wow. How convenient, Tiff. Oh, poor little victim, says Amber. Really? I'm just now listening to the rest of this stream. And actually, I'm clowning the guy, so clearly not supporting, LOL. I said nothing wrong. You don't like Tiff. You know everything I said was right, Amber. Willow Blossom says, no, Amber, she now owns all Eli content. How dare you not recognize her being victimized by a man she's long trolled for a year and says way worse stuff about him, but how dare you anyway? That was a great comment. Right. So she's been coming at me and started this, right? And I'm defending myself, and now she wants to play the role of the victim, right? Amber says at Willow, I know. What was I thinking? My question is, why is she starting the stream out? It is slanderous. Why even keep going at the guy? But seriously, it is 1 minute of him singing, and that part was hilarious because she has nothing better to do. Give me a second here. My throat is dry. I got something stuck in my eye. Ooh. Anyway, gotta try to make it through. I'm not feeling that great, but anyway. Willow gets back at Amber and says, I know, right? I only watched it because she shared it out. Well, thanks for sharing it out, Tiff, once again. It has over 700 views right now, maybe more. She talks about what a terrible man, boyfriend, pet owner, son, you name it. He doesn't have kids, so she drags the rest. And whether he's this or that, his commentary on her was pretty funny and dead on. Right. Everything I said about her is, you see, they're even taking my side. It's funny, right? I mean, she started on him. She's LARPing anyway, right? So pretend outraged. Right. That's what she's doing. She's pretending to have pretend outrage. Pesky. Oh, you don't like me, but it's okay. Oh my God, you found Eli singing funny. How dare you? Give it a few weeks and Tiffany will be there. Hard no again. I don't know what that means. That pesky, says Amber. Right. Love how they all want to act as if Tiff has some stellar record on the net. She doesn't. How dare I find Bobby Brown singing funny? Last I checked, her kids are not in those lyrics. LOL. Yeah, and I'm going to read one more comment here and then read the chat, then go off the air. So get your final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air in a few minutes. I'm trying to clear my eye here. Sue Sullivan says in the chat, note to Tiffany and Jeff, stop trolling and bullying people. No one will mention you. Problem solved. Exactly. That's all I've been saying. Neither one of you are famous. Just stop insulting people. I don't think Jeff's involved, or at least involved as much as you think he is. Eli, you were spot on. Tiffany definitely has entitlement issues. She talks about Dawn, but oh no, the world stops if Jeff gets mentioned. Right. That's hypocritical. Tiffany, please get mental help. I agree completely. You complain a lot, but make fun of people all the time. It's a projection. It's a pure projection. That's really not normal. Once again, how to make it all stop talking bad on people. Yeah, if you want to make it stop, just stop, Tiff, and it all goes away. It all goes away. Let's check out the chat here before we go off the air. Jigbox says, men and women have never been equal. It's like apples and oranges. Well, we are as equal as possible, based on our equal rights. We both have the same equal rights, but we are biologically different. That's the best way to put it. Jigbox says, I don't mean that in a negative way. You're right. We're biologically different. We are equal, but we are biologically different. We're equal according to equal rights and equal opportunities, but as far as our biology, we are biologically different. Okay? Jigbox says she has to keep up with the fake instigated drama to please her Karen audience. Right. Big round of A+. I could not have said it better myself, Jigbox. Could not have said it better myself. And Shade says, Eli 100. All right, we are leaving 47 in the box and almost 500 views. And we were on just over 2.5 hours, probably like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I had to dump the delay one time early on. So I don't know the exact time, but we are probably around 2 hours and 40 minutes on the stream. Thank you, everyone. I'm probably going to do a Walking with Purpose stream in an hour or two. So keep it locked here to Coach Eli too. Please consider donating to the channel if you get a chance. I'll be going live on the walk later on. Super chat, super sticker, super thanks on the live stream replays and pre-recorded videos, Cash App, PayPal. Don and I would greatly appreciate it. Again, tomorrow, I've already shared the link. GLM and I are going to be going live on our channel at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be talking about, YouTube etiquette. Primarily, we'll be discussing, should kids be discussed on YouTube or social media, whether it's in the right or wrong context. Should be an interesting show. Then after that, shortly after that, at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, Don and I will be going live members only right here on Coach Eli 2. You'll need at least a $4.99 channel membership to watch the show live. It'll only get you the live show. If you want to watch the replay of that show or any other past replay or any other future pre-recorded members only video, you'll need to have at least a $9.99 membership. Jigwalk says, woohoo, I got a round of applause. You did. Please, everyone, smash the thumbs up, says Jigwalk. And with that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.